Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dire Bears Wednesday game, Monster of the Week, and as we title it, Pies of the Fallen. We're missing a face tonight, unfortunately, but we keep going. Of course, I always got to pimp out our sponsors first, so we got to say thank you to D&D Beyond. That is D, the letter N, D, Beyond.com. Of course, and even though we don't use it tonight, we do use it on a good chunk of our other games, at least Monday and Thursday I'm aware of. Tuesday, I don't believe so.
No.
Even though, okay, perfect. And of course, the Lucky Dice Cafe. If you're looking to play live games in the Huntsville, Alabama area, Lucky Dice Cafe. It is one of the main places that our very nice DM Cap DMs at. Of course, if you've missed any episodes, we do have a YouTube, and if you would like any extra information or just to support us in general, we do also have a Patreon. All right. Shall we get into this?
Yeah.
Last time we played, we had Morgan, Vinny, James, and Cassie at the Outwards hotels. Which I'm going to call it the Outward Hotel now. It makes sense. James got a little caught by some of our new people in town, just taking pictures of license plates. And then we had Stuart and Jernia together. Stuart had brought a little piece of black sort of slime that had quickly disappeared before Jernia could really make the chance to kind of look at it. We left off with an overview of the little girl we had seen fallen and has disappeared from the hospital as well. Now, some people wanted to have a conversation in a hotel. How is that conversation going to go?
If I had to guess, not well.
That's right. We had just been ushered into one of the rooms, hadn't we?
Yeah, I believe it was Cassie's room.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Cassie, do you want me to move to the other two for now, since I know you're working on... Yeah, perfect. Stuart and Jernia, I'll go back over really quick. Stuart, you saw this slime almost disintegrate off of your... I believe it was a screwdriver you put it on?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I forget how to do the voice every time. Takes me a second.
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
The slime has just disappeared, disintegrated off of the spatula, and all of the candles, Jernia, that you had put out have quickly gone out.
What? That's new.
That's quite a tricky done, but where's my goo?
That wasn't me. I was trying to find out if it was magical in nature. I think that answered my question for me.
Okay, whatever that means. I don't know.
It's complicated. I've read a lot of books in my day. So, where is there like a source that you got all this from? Because there's you know.
There was some on the dirt at the oh my god, at my establishment of work.
It's okay.
Sorry, I'm just some work. No. You
were really excited. It's okay. It's okay. Do you wanna go that way then and see if there's any more?
Yeah, let's go take a look. I can get you in. I know. I got connections.
You work there. I hope you do.
Oh yeah. All right, well, let's go check that out then.
Okay, then we're gonna go to the circus together. Then, what are you driving? What do you ride again?
A sweet bike.
A sweet bike.
Yeah.
Is there room on the sweet bike for somebody a little taller than you?
There's a basket.
So yes.
I could. All right, basket. You drive.
Okay.
It's like
pedals. Is this pedals or is it like a moped?
It's a pedal one. It's just a garbage little bike. Yeah. Yes. I wrote down a make last time since we were so stuck on motorcycle. Hold on. It's a Barnes Cycle Company model 1901.
I love it.
Yeah. It seemed important last time, so I wrote it down. I don't think they make that one anymore.
Barn Cycle what?
Barnes Cycle Company, model 1901.
I'm gonna look this up. You know what
Do
I'm
it up.
writing? You know what?
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess we're gonna go back to the circus and
Back to the
Oh
circus.
Jesus!
look at some dirt. Yeah.
If you don't post a picture of that, I'm going to be really upset.
Hang on. I got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, do please bear with us. We have to do a quick adjustment for overlay, so I'm working on it. Things will get a little bit wonky, but we'll get back where we need to be real quick.
She'll resize us. It'll be fine.
Everything will be fine.
Everything will be okay. Yeah. Okay.
It's like basically it looks like one of those old timey. You know the stereotypical like bike where it's like huge and with the little seat on top. It looks like
Wait, I
that,
picked the
but
wrong
but
bike.
it's a lot smaller.
Is that the bike?
The one I posted in chat. That's the bike as I know.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's it.
Is that dirt from the circus as well? That's perfect.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay. So
and
I will
dirt.
be writing that. Have you done this before, Stuart?
Oh yeah, me and my bro, Bruno there. You haven't met him, but he would drive me around in this thing all the time. We do some
it-
sweet tricks and stuff.
I'm not gonna do any sweet tricks on somebody else's bike.
Oh, feel free, it's good.
No, I barely trust my weight on this.
Oh, all right, you know what? It's your call.
Tell me about your brother. We're writing.
Oh, he's the he's the strong man at the circus there. Big fella. You can tell we're brothers though, because we're both bald.
Okay.
He's wicked strong, dude.
Wicked strong. Okay.
Oh
okay.
yeah.
I think I'm starting to get a picture of who this is.
Yeah, I'll introduce you. It's good. You know,
Okay.
he's a nice guy. He's he's my brother. He's my favorite. Love him.
Well, you're a nice guy
Actually,
too.
that book I got the other day, that was
Yeah?
with him.
Oh,
Yeah, he read it to me.
he read it to you.
Yeah, I'm not too good with words.
It's okay. It's okay. Not very. It's not very many people are. It's okay. But I'm excited.
It's
So I imagine it's just a lot of this, the whole ride.
yeah.
just a lot of like, oh yeah,
Small
okay.
talk.
Small talk and weird talk.
Where'd you learn magic? Don't ask that question.
All right. Yes, you guys make it without any time. I'm gonna say, Stuart, you've had this bike for long enough. You also have the tools to keep it up. I'm not gonna make Jernia
Oh,
roll a what's it called? An act under pressure to keep the bike going. You know,
I mean, that's his ride. He keeps it.
mint. Maybe a little dirty, but it's mint.
Yeah, functionally great.
Yep. You get back to the circus. Everybody. It's getting later in the night now. It was about at mid-afternoon when everything started going down. And as you get back to the circus, it's still fairly quiet. After the meeting, a lot of the circus folk have kind of not agitated. They've been a little sad. They've been a little frustrated. They're like, "Oh, I thought we were going to move on," kind of thing. But none of them are really staying in your way. So making it to the slime is not a big issue.
Is the slime there?
Sorry.
Is the slime there?
Yes, sorry, you got really soft all of a sudden. Let me turn you up. Yep, there's still little puddles of slime.
Okay.
All right, so I found the big little chunks here and there, and yeah, so there you go. I don't know what you can do with it. Maybe some more. We didn't even bring your candles. Do we need that?
Not really. It's honestly the candles are more for ambience than anything.
Oh, a bit of that flair.
Yeah. You know, I have a little bit of a flair for the dramatic of sorts. All I need is this, and my hand glows blue again.
Honestly, I've never seen nothing like that before. you should be working here.
No offense, but no.
All right, none taken. It's cool.
Some people can do the circus life. I can't.
It's not a great life, but it's mine. So yeah, the doy. What's going on? Like, do your thing. I'll just be quiet. You do you.
I'm gonna.
He just covers his mouth.
I'm gonna investigate a mystery. Okay.
Okay. Are you wanting to do the same thing you did last time?
To do the forensic thingy.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry. All right. So, Stuart,
Yeah.
you can go ahead and roll for cool to help out. Whether it's helping out like in like there's the slime, you're keep making sure nobody's coming in kind of thing.
He's also keeping quiet.
Also just keeping
just
quiet,
trying to
that's
keep
helping
control.
out too.
That's cool. Roll cool.
Yes, plus cool.
Ooh.
You can mark experience. Just
Fantastic.
a little too excited. So unfortunately the help out doesn't work. Maybe it's still just like that sort of bumbling energy about you that you're just like,
shaking, excited.
yeah, the dirt's like shaking under your feet because you're just so ready to go. Jernia.
Roll sharp.
Yep.
Woo!
Hey.
There we go.
Finally, after like 4 straight failures.
Yep. All right.
All right. So I can ask what magic was done here for free.
Yep. And your other one was roll to investigate a mystery, right?
That was.
That's what it's run off of?
Yeah, that's what sharp is. Yeah.
Perfect. So, other questions that you can ask. What happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? What was being concealed here? I'll answer this question first and then I'll answer what magic was done here.
Check this real quick. My room. I apologize, everybody. Load PDF. I think I'm going to ask. Going to ask what happened here because that would make the most sense at the time for the moment.
Okay. So what happened here? You were here whenever the little girl sort of collapsed. You didn't
Right.
see firsthand. You like the way the way these seats are set up. It is a full ring. There's the little entrance to go in. The little girl was on the other side up, like when you're walking in up on the right near the front. You were closer to the back left, so you were close, but you couldn't get a good view of her.
It's a lot of people.
There was enough. It was the first big night of the circus. There was enough people coming to see what was going on, kind of thing.
Mhm.
Sorry. Sorry, guys. I'll be just a second.
Stuart sees Jernia just like this, like concentrating really hard.
Stuart's staring at that hand, waiting for something to happen. Like, there's blue.
Mm-hmm.
But is it going to explode? What's going to happen? He's waiting for it. He's waiting for something
Waiting for an
extraordinary to happen. Well, he's waiting for something big to happen, right?
He's
It's
like,
magic.
Magic, that means stuff explodes, right? In League when we used to play Dominion, when the hand like when you're like channeling on the spire or whatever, something like that. Stuart's just like.
All right.
Just
Perfect.
standing there
Sorry,
shaking.
guys. I'm gonna
That's okay.
throw that away. Okay. So, what magic was done here was the question, correct?
But you were asking what happened here.
Yes, what happened here? So from what you can tell and from what you know about certain magics,
Mhm.
it was almost as if the magic was giving up.
Mhm.
The magic had this magic had a hold of something, and it was slowly starting to deteriorate. It was almost like it was either not well paired, or it had just slowly started to attack itself in a way.
Like a symbiote.
Now, for the question of what you get to ask what magic was done here, right?
Mhm.
For free. What magic was done here? So you still get that like big heavy sense of like the magic was giving up on itself, almost like it had maybe been too far away from something for too long. But also that it's in a sense a sort of false life.
False life.
Mhm.
Okay. Eventually, the hand kind of like comes down, very anticlimactically, just like. "Ew."
So you done?
Yeah,
Well, that wasn't very exciting at all. Your hand went blue.
yeah. I'm sorry.
So, well, it's all right. I just never mind. Did you
it's
learn anything? Did something happen?
yeah. It's some sort of. I don't know how to describe it. It's magical nature. It's certainly
Okay,
magical.
yeah.
So I'm glad you brought it to me.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got books. I figured who else, right?
I do have books. Um, it was. It's dying magic, like magic that's going to expire or had been too far away from the source. Does that make sense?
Kinda.
Like
It doesn't really make sense to Stuart
No, I
at all.
know,
He's
I
just trying to keep up.
like like if you have a big ball of yarn and you have the yarn you pull the string far and far, and the further it goes, the more chance you can fray it.
That's the
And
most sense anyone's ever made. I get it.
that's good.
And it does make sense to him. Like, that's just a picture he can kind of figure
Yeah.
out, and it's just like, oh yeah, that works.
So judging by what happened when we were at the at the books at Tea and Leaf,
So we're just too far.
I think we may have brought it closer, maybe, and maybe reconnected it.
Oh, I guess the other way. Okay, then yeah. Okay.
We brought the yarn string back, and it just that's my working theory so far.
Okay. That works.
I
What
would
can we
not
do
touch it. I would not touch it. Just
No, not gonna. It's
No,
freaky. It's weird.
It's freaky. It's weird. It's interesting. It's quite a mystery.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's why I got you. Because you got books and stuff. I mean, mysteries. You can be like that Sherlock Watson guy.
Thank you. That's the kindest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Yeah. So, what are we going to do about all this then? Because I can't. The circus is stuck here until I take care of this personally. I said I was going to do it. I'm going to do it. So, what's the plan?
I want to text. Why am I blanking on his name?
Morgan?
No, I don't have Morgan's number yet.
Quincy?
Quincy.
My boy? Your
Yes.
boss?
My boss. My boy.
Your boy. My boy. No. You'd like to text Quincy. Okay.
Take a couple pictures of it and like text him, and he has like some sort of archaic flip phone. Oh no, that was Vinny. Vinny.
Yeah.
He's got the razor.
He's got the
Yeah,
old
Vinny's
razor
got
phone.
the archaic.
Yeah. No, so I'm gonna take a few pictures and send it to Quincy,
Okay.
and then I'll tell him what I gathered from magically investigating,
Okay.
because he's like the only person he's seen me perform do magic a couple times, even.
Yeah,
if it's
he
just, like,
he has always said, "Oh, that's a neat trick. Cool, keep it up."
Yeah. So just showing him pictures and saying, Because he told me he went to go visit the child, right?
He would be going to visit the
Would
child.
be going.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, but
Cool.
he didn't go there right now. The last time you saw him, he was with a very tall woman that had taken a doll with her.
Yeah. Okay. Then yeah, I'll text him the pictures and I'll just let him know what I know.
Mhm.
And I mean that's all I can really do.
Okay.
Hey, have you seen anyone else like strange around here?
Well, now let me think. I met a cop. He was very nice. He gave me his card.
And he takes his card out and hands it to you.
He was here asking about the goo.
I mean, cops aren't really strange.
I mean, we
Fair enough.
run into trouble with cops now and then, and this guy's he's nice. So that's kind of weird.
Okay. Fair enough.
I think that's about it.
Okay. Ooh.
That hurt.
No, I'll be fine.
You're 14 again.
I'm always 14.
Stuart's just hitting puberty. That's all.
So it's always you. He'll hit that growth spurt one day.
I think we should maybe go back to the bookstore and just kind of sit on this for a little bit. But I don't know. I met some interesting people, and I don't know where they are right now, but that's all I got.
Okay, well, let's go back there, and maybe we
can-
can find something to help us out in your big pile of books.
Sure.
It
All
always
right.
comes back to
We'll
the
do that.
books.
Always comes
That
back to the
bookstore.
bookstore. That's
Well,
not
it's
your
got all
main
the
base
knowledge.
of operations. No, I'm kidding. I won't put a hold
It
on
is
that.
now.
Quincy's gonna be like, "Are you gonna
Why?
buy books?"
Just a store full of freaks.
Everyone's
Guys,
purchased a
Guys,
book.
this is an establishment.
Everyone has purchased one book. It's fine.
Actually, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
That's true.
everybody's purchased at least something.
Except for Morgan.
Except for Morgan, but that's just.
I mean, I think we kind of established that I've bought books there in the past.
Yes, that's true. Yes, that's true. You found
You
like,
went in there with the intent.
and you know what? That's the first step. Okay, you guys. I'm very sorry. You guys head back to the bookstore. We're gonna pay on views. Cassie, James, Morgan. You watch as Vinny gets a call. He kind of fumbles with the phone for a quick second, and he's just like, oh, okay, that's what that, right? Okay. Kind of takes him a second, and you see him answer it, and he walks off onto into the other side of the room, and he doesn't really say what's going on, but unfortunately, he's being pulled for something else right now. Now, he's been told to leave the cat. The cat, I say in air quotes now. After he hangs up on the phone, he says, I don't know how to do Vinny's accent. How is it real?
You do.
No, I'm not even about it. My associate that gave me the little freak told me that it needs to stay here. Will one of you take it for a little? She says she's coming to pick it up. I don't know when. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, but I gotta leave it.
Well, I'm great with animals. I'll take.
Okay. Morgan, you will also take the. I am, as the DM, going to be giving you this skill from Stuart's sheet. Not Stuart's sheet, Vinny's sheet. I apologize. You don't get shit from Stuart. I'm going to DM you this. This is the move that you have as alongside the little man now. Okay?
I just imagine like I picked him up and I'm like fucking demonic spawn and it's just it fucking hates me.
It stays with you though, at least, since you were like you've been one of the only willing people to take it right now. But
You and me, we're not so different after all.
It claws at you. You claw at it.
Ah,
No, it doesn't claw at you at all. It's actually pretty
Bad.
mellow. If anything, as long as it's out of the bag, it's pretty comfortable. Vinny kept it in the bag. Vinny does quickly say his goodbyes, and that if the time comes, he will come back as soon as he can.
Oh, safe travels, dear.
And then he leaves, just like finger guns out the door. Sorry.
Just look at relief on his face.
James, the one thing you get, got rid of that cat. Hell yeah. He's fucking
Vinny, out!
Vinny! Out! You just hear the car rev up and like
Oh my
squeal out.
Hope we remember to turn his key back in.
You hear the car squeal back. Door shuts as he goes into the main fucking hall to return the room key. And then you hear the car door slam and the car
After
rig
he
out
gets
before
his
it goes
stuff,
down the
right?
road. Yeah, after he gets his stuff, of course. I really picture Vinny being the type to have everything he's ever needed in that bag.
That's true.
He gets a hotel room, but all his stuff stays in the car, you know?
I believe it.
I'm just picturing him squealing his tires on the way out the second time, and then we immediately hear a police siren. He stops 6 feet down the road getting a ticket.
I want those
Just like
cannolis!
walk away before he stops.
Cannolis.
The cannolis.
We turn on the news later and there's a helicopter chase.
We don't know that car. We don't recognize that car at all.
Oh man.
Though that
We have a
license
picture
plate
of that
looks
car, right?
familiar.
Alright. You guys. Cassie pulled you in for a conversation.
Well, of course. After all, being out in the middle of the street and having this conversation, well, they'd sooner lock us up in an insane asylum. And ain't nobody want that. So, Morgan. Right? That was what you said your name was, didn't you?
yes.
So you're a devil. If
No.
what James said is to be believed, but if you're not, I'd love to know exactly what it is that you are.
Well, I'm not a devil. That's for sure.
So what are you?
I, as humans would probably call it, I am sort of a incubus of sorts.
Oh,
Well,
I heard
At
of
least
you.
half of one.
I've heard of you. Man.
Have you?
Well, not so much an incubus. My very first interaction with a supernatural creature was actually a succubus, but that's besides the point. You guys are two halves of the same coin.
Virtually, yes.
Yeah, you know, the donut hole for the donut's hole,
I don't like
as it were.
Right. My
Sorry, I'm watching Cody laugh because he knows where he got that from.
I am only half incubus, though. I am currently in the process of trying to become a full incubus, but we'll see.
There's a process for that.
If you aren't born a full incubus, then yeah, you have to prove yourself worthy to even hold the powers that an incubus might have.
Huh. Well, that's mighty fascinating, and when all of this is done, I'd love to sit down and have a very frank discussion with you and about that process and about your powers, because I am entirely interested. However, we have a problem. Insomuch as people are winding up injured due to the supernatural here in this town. And dead. Injured and dead. Vinny, before he left, mentioned something about finding a body in the mill. mentioned finding feathers in the mill where the dead body was found. And beyond that, we don't have too much more information.
He would have given you those feathers as well,
Okay,
just as a.
which ones were those?
That's a good question.
Was it the ones that were red going to light pink,
I don't think.
or red, pink, and white?
I think that
Yes,
was
red,
it,
pink, and
wasn't it?
white. Sorry, I found my paper here for you.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the. He had only pulled a couple of them, off the ground. You can kind of see where it's like, on the red it's dirty, or on the white. Sorry, well actually on the whole feather it's dirty, but on the white you can see where there would be blood.
So, if my ability to make connections is not wrong, then I believe that our answer and the solution lay in that mill. So I'm looking to the two of you, as you're more local than I. What do you know about the mill?
I had been researching the mill, hadn't I?
Yes. You know about the also just living here in general. You know about the deaths that shut down the mill. You know that it was a young girl and her older brother that was killed in what they said was a terrible accident. And they ended up shutting down the mill because of it.
And that was all back when I was like 5 or something.
Yes.
I know nothing, I apologize. I haven't been here too long. I know it looks nice. Great place to get in and, get some ladies, but that's about it.
The mill or the town in general?
I have a feeling, given what he is, your answer is both. But
But I noticed some of the feathers that he described at the crime scene and that I've heard from the police were there. They really kind of remind me of the feathers the biker ladies are wearing.
oh,
And one of them went in to view the body.
that's wait, what do you mean one of them went in to view the body?
One of them went into the police station to view the body.
How do you know that?
I was staking at the police station. Something is in the woods.
Hang on. So not only were you taking photos of my car and the hotel and Vinny's car and the hotel room where he was staying, but you were staking out the police station.
There's a coffee shop across the street. It's perfectly legal.
And you could hear what was happening in that police station from the coffee shop across the street.
I have very good ears.
Bullshit.
Fine. Do you know that the biker ladies are some sort of bird people?
Well, I mean, I suspected as much, yes.
Okay.
I mean, I don't follow the supernatural because it's... But they wouldn't hold my interest if I didn't think there was something supernatural about them. Let's put it that way.
But there's something going on in the woods, the kind of natural, I don't know if you'd call it forest spirits. That the natural energies in the area seem to be getting pushed out of the forest.
Perhaps it's something to do with the mill. Or perhaps it's something to do with that little girl. Although, I'm not sure. Does anybody in this room know exactly what happened to that girl?
Got sick at the circus. Prior to that, her and her family, I had picked up from their minds in the hospital they'd been out camping at some point.
Yep.
Out in the woods.
Right.
That you say have the natural spirits being moved out of.
Yeah, they were out there. I think they were. I don't have the exact timetable. I think they were out there the night whatever it was started happening. I got up. Would it have been yesterday morning? Whatever day the campaign started. I think.
Yep.
I think yesterday.
Yeah, it's been like maybe 2 days.
You know, I got up yesterday
yeah.
morning and could see what was happening, and I hopped in my truck. I rode around the wood. The effect is only in the woods. I have not ventured in to find out what's going on there.
So, as of right now, we have a couple options. We can go into the woods half-cocked without any sort of formal information about what is happening in those woods, and I found that this bookshop in town seems to be a rather fantastic place in which to procure information.
They have a lot of weird stuff in there.
For more information before we run half-cocked into the woods.
Into the woods.
Into the woods.
Into the woods.
Thank you. Okay.
God bless.
Fucking theater nerds. All
One of
of
my favorite
us.
musicals.
Yep.
It sounds super familiar, but I can't place it.
Into the woods.
The musical is literally called Into the Woods.
Oh,
Into the
okay.
woods and out of the woods and home before dark.
The title song of the musical.
Yes, sorry, I had to. I was like, so we're going into the woods.
So we had West Side Story on Tuesday, Into the Woods today.
I
You'll
will
listen
think
to
of an appropriate musical for Thursday, don't worry.
I already have one, don't worry.
Oh, okay. So, how are we doing this? Are we going to the bookstore?
Well, what do you two think? And I don't want to rope you into anything that you're uncomfortable doing. But
Oh no, I'd much rather go to the bookstore than into those woods. Let's go.
Oh, well, that's good. Morgan, I know that this is all a little bit sudden, and I wouldn't want you to do something you're not comfortable with.
Right.
But
Well.
I think your particular talents may be able to help us. I will admit
Well.
that I don't know a whole hell of a lot about incubi, but
Incubi. Okay.
well, isn't that the singular version of incubus? That would be a plural. Isn't it? Am I wrong? I'm like 90% sure that's what it is, but I mean, I'm willing to admit that I might be wrong.
Fuck if I know. Dad would know. I don't know.
Fuck,
I
I'm broken
apologize.
to pieces.
He's a bastard.
Oh, apologies, guys. Been doing that all day.
Sorry about that.
So, if you wouldn't mind accompanying us, like I said, I think your skills and talents might be useful in this case. And, well, you've got the tiny little cat creature thing that we're going to continue calling a cat because I don't know what the hell else to call it at this time.
The DC.
The what?
The DC. The damn cat. Because it ain't natural. And it's buddying up with the devil. Demon, whatever.
I'm not a devil. That's my father.
Oh, right. your
Mr.
mother-
Devil is my father.
Oh, right. Your mother was Rosemary. Gotcha.
Alright.
Excuse me, her
Are
name
you
is
two going to be
Patricia.
doing this the entire time?
Maybe.
Okay.
Possibly.
Okay.
On occasion.
Well, do try to be civil when we're in the shop then.
Of course.
I don't want to get kicked out before we
Well,
even
I
get
don't
the
think that would be a
information we
problem.
need.
Now, here's the main question: are you all taking separate vehicles, or are you taking one
That's right,
together?
we all have separate vehicles at the moment.
Yep.
You ever been on a motorcycle, little lady?
My boyfriend drives one, so yes.
I don't have a name for it. Don't. No, he doesn't.
I'll get one.
That's wrong. Actually, he doesn't have a motorcycle.
He had
Let
one
me
at
correct
one
you on
point.
that.
He had one
Sorry.
at one point.
Before you met.
Yep,
Um.
sure.
Totaled it.
He got rid of
totaled
it
it.
shortly after we met.
Safety hazard, you know.
Humans are dumbasses.
She kept asking what model it was. He didn't know, so he just got rid of it.
Yeah. Like, fuck this, I don't know. It was a nice bike.
I wasn't
Indian
even gonna
chieftain.
ask. Well,
alright.
Why don't you take a little ride on a vehicle that roars instead of purrs?
are you
Don't
coming
laugh
on
at me.
to
That's I don't know.
I don't even know anymore.
Is James getting into his truck and just leaving at this point, I feel like?
I'm definitely moving and slipping out the door while they hash out whatever's
Like,
going on.
backing up.
Do you have another helmet?
Always.
Safety first.
How do you think my lovely ladies get to ride with me?
You know, I just
Can't
met
expect
you,
everybody
so
to
I
just have
can't
them.
say that I honestly thought about it at all. But if you got another helmet, I don't see why not.
That's what I thought. I will give her my spare helmet, which is very luscious to say the least. It's like as compared to his like black helmet. The other one that he has is like pure white.
Okay.
It's hot.
Okay. James, you're taking your truck, yes. You're not
Yes.
gonna try and nope. 3 people on a motorcycle, that's against the law. Pulled over immediately.
Just like Vinny
You-
was 6 feet out of the parking lot.
Yeah. The cop couldn't catch up, so he's been coming back. So because he's like, now it's like highway patrol's problem, while Vinny's like speeding off and he's coming back, and y'all are fucking flying out of the. No, I'm kidding. You all make it to the bookstore at sort of the same time with Jernia and Stuart riding the bike. It takes you a little bit. The circus isn't like well out of town, but it's enough that it does take you a bit of time to get back to the circus, especially 2 people on a bike. When you do get there, you all kind of get there at the same time. James, you're the first one to pull up, and you can see Jernia and Stuart riding the bike up to the store. It's like they're coming up the hill. Stuart. Oh God, this little the Stuart in the front seat of the bicycle is like, he's got his arms up like this. He's just like, yeah, this is great.
Go home.
What the fuck?
Jernia's just like, I hate this. You do recognize Jernia as the worker at the store though, and you do realize that the door is locked right now.
I know.
And
what it is.
then both Morgan and Cassie, you guys pull up on the motorcycle just as Jernia is getting up to the door.
What?
Nice
I've
bike.
done that in a while.
Thanks, it's not quite mine.
It's. I was going to say it's his, but I guess not. Give me a sec. She's gonna get her key out eventually and just unlock and do what she has to do.
How tall is Stuart?
4 foot exactly.
4 foot even, gotcha.
Make yourselves at home. I guess I'll be. Bring one thing at a time. She's gonna go start turning on all the lights and setting a pot of tea or whatever, and putting everything up like she's opening.
Okay.
Stuart's as you do.
Stuart's gonna introduce himself. Be like,
Hey, I'm Stuart. I work at the circus.
Oh, hey, I'm James. Oh, I didn't make it out to the circus, but I heard y'all were out there.
Oh, yeah, it was a great show until like this chick started. You probably heard about it by now.
I think I have, yeah.
Yeah, we've definitely heard about the poor child that wound up very sick after eating whatever it was at your circus.
Yeah, just avoid that and you'll probably fine. Actually, I'm learning that it's whatever came up is not just food. There's some weird stuff going on. So we're trying to figure it out.
Well, you said your name was Stuart?
Yes, dude.
Well, my name's Cassie. It's a pleasure
Nice
to
to
meet
meet
you.
you.
And this tall drink of water over here, his name's Morgan.
Holy smokes, you are tall. Nice to meet you, Morgs.
Morgs.
Tall. I think I'm perfectly average. But
How
tall
tall
is
is
Morgan?
Morgan?
he's 5'10". He's
Never
not
mind,
like
you are exactly
gargantuan.
you're a fine height. I take back the tall.
You're taller
Makes
than
either-
she is, so you are a tall drink of water to her.
I think you actually
Okay.
are the tallest person here.
How tall is James? I don't
I
think
think
he's.
James is like 6'1", 6'2", something.
Oh,
I
never
forget.
mind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
believe
said
James
you're the
is
tall
the
guy.
tallest. You're the tall guy.
Everyone's tall.
Points
It's
dead at
relative.
So, what sort of extra stuff are you talking about?
Well, so
I have it again.
so we went to the circus, right? And we found the stuff, and it's like alive or something. Jerry inside there, she'll tell you all about it. It's really weird. It like I brought some here with Puff. There was a whole. It's quite the day.
You say quite the date
Right.
or quite the day?
Day.
Gotcha.
Well, shall we adjourn inside so that we're not having this conversation out in the middle of the street?
As you're
Yeah,
saying
let's
that,
go on
Jernia,
in.
as you're saying that, Jernia flips the sign to open.
Cassie's gonna step in. Have I heard of something like this before? Possibly in all of the journaling and bestiary stuff that I've taken down? Nothing?
Nope. That's gonna be a hard no.
Not a problem. Figured I'd ask.
Welcome.
It's always
the
good to
community,
ask.
all of you again.
Well, yeah, so good afternoon, Janya. It's nice to see you again. Thank you very much for that lovely journal from yesterday. It's been quite a help.
I'm glad.
So, Stuart mentioned that you found some substance at the circus.
Yeah, it's the. I mean, you all saw it, right? It was slime. Slime.
No,
Oh, you weren't
no,
there.
I
You weren't
didn't
there.
go to the circus. I was busy talking to the boyfriend.
So basically, as
Kinda
Jared
weird
was
priorities.
telling, it's like yarn.
The slime is like yarn.
Yeah, it's like yarn. So it's
So it's
like
stringy?
it's. Fella, I'm trying. It's like really long or something. Do the thing again. Tell him the story about the yarn.
Cassie's
So-
attention immediately back on Jardia. Like, can you fill in the blanks, please?
Jernia
Huh?
is like beet red right now. Thanks, Stuart. So I did a little digging at the circus with Stuart, and as it turns out, the slime is the child expelling black sludge, as you guys probably heard already, judging by your looks on your faces. That sludge seems to be living.
So a child.
That can't be healthy.
No.
But the child expelled some sort of black sludge,
Mm-hmm.
and that sludge is alive? Do I have that
Barely.
right?
Barely, but yes.
Maybe it's
so-
some kind of fungus and she's sick.
So no, it was absolutely magical in nature. So I kind of.
Whoa, hang on. Back up just a tick.
Yes.
Did you say magical?
Yes.
Well, now. That does immediately put that right back into my purview of interest.
Of
So,
course it does.
what do you mean, of course it does? You're nice and all, but you don't know shit about me.
No, I don't. But you're back here again. That itself magical in nature.
Right.
I've been here multiple times.
You have, and so has Morgan, but you're new. And you're here twice now in as many days.
Fair enough. However, so magical sludge that falls out of a child's mouth. that is sort of alive.
Mm-hmm.
And you said that you did little digging.
I mean, yeah, I was investigating it.
What sort
We
of
were
digging did
investigating
you
it?
do?
I looked at the sludge. I don't understand how, like.
Show her the hand thing.
My god, I fucking love Stuart so much.
Stuart's
You
like,
guys should see this. It's cool. It's not as
Stuart's
cool as
like-
I thought it'd be, though.
Stuart's like your 7-year-old little brother trying like, show them the thing, show them the thing.
He's your
Do the trick!
He's the 7-year-old son, man.
Yeah. Jernia will look around at everybody, and then her hand goes up, and it's blue.
Cassie, before your very eyes, you see this woman's hand just start glowing with blue. It's cold magic, correct?
Mhm.
This cold aura that is kind of emanating from her hand. If you go to reach out and sort of like maybe touch it, you don't get too close just because, but like you can feel the cold chill coming from it.
Well, now that's just fascinating. And you were able to freeze that sludge in place with that, or was that how you channeled the ability to figure out what it is?
I'm not a one-trick pony.
I didn't assume that you were. I'm asking because I wasn't there.
So,
I'm just trying to get a better idea of what you found.
in addition to this, I can also, I'm also pretty good at discerning, because of this, really, I can discern if something is magical in nature, and sometimes, if I'm lucky enough, what kind of magic it is.
Well, that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing.
That's
And
nothing.
you there? I'd say show us what you got, but I'd prefer if everybody kept their clothes on.
Can we not make a dick waving contest in the teen leaf? I have to work here.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose, too, if we do that.
I admire your honesty, Stuart.
I'm nothing but.
What does my sight show me when her hand lights up?
Now your sight, I just want to double check. See invisible things, suspicious. It's just this sort of like it's like mist that sort of emanates from her hand when you're looking at it like very like straight specifically. It it's definitely, it is still like blue in color, and then you can see like wisps of white and wisps of like gray, but there's no real, it kind of emanates from her. And it also actually I do Jernia, do you
Yes.
have the item that your uncle gave you on you?
Yes.
Like on your person's right now, or put aside in a bag?
It's in a little satchel on.
In a little satchel? It
her hip.
emanates from like around the center of her chest and then like really powers out through her hand. It also seems to emanate from an item that she is holding on her. You can't see what the item is, but you can see the same sort of energy that is coming off of an item that is on her persons.
Now that we're done playing show and tell, is there anything else you all would like here?
Well, so if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to run with a formulating theory, and perhaps some of you who perhaps are a little bit more local to the area might be able to fill in some blanks for me.
Okay.
So, my current working theory, based on the information that I've just received from the two of you lovely folks, as well as my companion there, and she looks at James, is that whatever is going on here has something or other to do with what happened at the sawmill roughly about 15, 17 years ago. Now,
Okay, I'm with you so far.
yes. Now, it seems that given the fact that there was a recent murder in the location, that it's starting again. There was one of what I can assume and extrapolate was one of the Harpies was killed in that location.
Harpies?
They're a motorcycle gang. Not sure if you may have seen them around town, but
What do they look like?
they look like a motorcycle gang, the female only motorcycle gang.
You would
They
have
wear a lot of
recognized-
feathers.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
You recognize at least like that sort of just like brief description as one of the women that was in the store earlier that morning that left with Quincy.
Okay.
Like, she would describe what the patch looks like to identify them as the Harpies, mostly because, and I can't give that to you, mostly because somebody else hasn't given it to me yet.
Okay, it's legitimately like
You said
It's
that
like
there
a
was
set-
a specific Greek symbol. You just haven't told me what the Greek symbol is.
probably a Greek symbol for harpies. If there is a Greek symbol for harpies, it's kind of this sort of symbol where a claw is reaching out, and there's a symbol in the center of the claw, and then there's a banner around it, and that's harpies.
So she'd tell you about that, which, I mean, I'm assuming you would probably recognize.
Mm,
Given
I would
your
recognize
earlier interaction with one of the Harpies. So,
Still? Hello?
you are frozen on your end there, dear.
You have
Say crash.
disappeared now.
It rebooted. Give it
Yep.
a sec.
Alright.
Cool. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Ha! Okay, I know who you're talking about. One of them was with Quincy earlier. Probably still with him.
Sure. I can't say I'm too familiar with who Quincy is, but sure.
Quincy's my boss. He owns this place.
I think he makes the dolls too.
There's another question as well, just really quickly. Do you keep your sight just on Jarnia, James? Jarnia, sorry. I know before you had mentioned that you don't.
Yeah. While I'm in the shop, I'm very when I'm using the side, I'm very careful to focus.
Okay, perfect.
James
That's
don't
what I
want to know
wanted to
what those
double
dolls
check.
are.
Perfect. Okay, carry on.
You also notice when Jernia does her thing that it's the exact same coloration as the doll that's still by the register.
Oh, I still have yet to give you the descriptions, and that's on my own fault. You know of the doll that is like named Nebula. She's very even though you haven't looked at her with your sight, you know that her colors are like purples, blacks, and blues, and have like flecks of gold in them. So
Yeah, Johnny always keeps her around. That's like her favorite one. So.
It's funny. Tea? Coffee? Anyone?
Yeah, that sounds great. I'll go for a cup.
I take some tea. Yeah.
Okay. It's-
So,
It should be good by now. There's crepes or something over there too. I don't know.
Stuart's already like getting into the crate.
Good,
so
good.
let's as we're doing that, let's roll back onto this because there's a
Okay.
little bit more. Now, James has informed me that some of the local spirits here in the forest are, how shall we say, being moved out of place, in so much as though being displaced. And if there are any sort of good spirits in the area, then they are being driven out, which of course is never good for any sort of location. Friendly spirits is what protect normal folk like everybody else walking to and fro on the outside of this bookstore. They're
wait.
what?
There's ghosts?
Oh, darling, there's more than just ghosts.
Well, this is really cool. I really like this so far. This is fun. Let's so wait, there's ghosts everywhere? Is this like I'm used to weird stuff, but this is a step up, I guess.
Well, I don't know
There's
if I'd say
behind you.
everywhere, but there's definitely ghosts in quite a few locations.
Alright, cool.
Are they? Did it again?
Are they dangerous at all? Like, are they gonna hurt me?
Well, some of them could be dangerous, but I don't think that any of them are going to be particularly dangerous to you in this situation.
Oh,
Now, Don't quote me on that. But
I will if I get in trouble. Then you, it's all on you.
you know what? I'll take it. That's fine. Anyway, all of that aside, if these spirits are being moved out of the forest, then they are looking for other places to inhabit, other people, creatures, possibly even inanimate objects.
So, I will say, when Stuart initially brought me some of this sludge to look over, as we were looking it over, it vanished. Before I could fully determine its capabilities at first.
But the stuff at the circus was still there?
Yeah, it was still there.
Yeah. We did. I should have said that in the reverse order, but yes, I did go to the circus after that, and that's when I learned that everything was still there,
So Stuart brought you some, and it
and
vanished.
that vanished.
Is that what the yarn thing was?
Oh,
I'll explain that. I'll explain that
Oh.
later. Sometimes, for people who aren't like magically inclined, I've over the short time I've been studying, come up with metaphors. But that's all I have on my end. I mean, I'm not going to offer the bookstore because you still have to buy it. But if anything's gonna have anything, it's gonna be this weird bookstore.
Well, for right now,
Oh.
I think we need to learn a little bit more about the forest. And then
Okay.
once we know more about the forest and perhaps any sort of spirits that it inhabits or it pays habitat to, then perhaps we will have a better idea of what we were dealing with going forward.
Well, last time I was in here, I got a book on local folklore.
Right.
I don't think I really got anything out of it much.
You got rumors.
Oh.
It was basically like rumors
Yeah.
about the trees. Was I
And there
remember
were a few more disappearances than seemed probable given the size of the woods.
yeah, it was definitely one of those things like the rumors were that the trees were in a way protective of the forest, and that people have gone missing even though there isn't like there are a couple bears, there are a couple like wolves here and there. Like any other forest, they kind of travel between this forest because besides this forest, like a little ways away there are more forests like between roads and stuff. But there was never enough to explain like just full-on disappearances, like no clothing left behind, no like sense of like any kind of maybe blood or like just human remains, anything like that.
Okay, I'll pass that along.
But yeah.
And the mill had a history of accidents, didn't it?
Yeah.
It was just those
Always-
kids at the end that got it shut down.
There was always small accidents. In the end, it was one of the workers that actually worked at the wood mill and his younger sister. There is one remaining family member of that family. There's a brother, but he left town a very long time ago.
Interesting. These books have quite a bit of information, it seems. More than I anticipated. I will admit I don't really get out much into the forested areas. I'm more an indoors person. I prefer being in and not. So if you all more outdoorsy types would enlighten me on if you've seen anything.
Has Stuart ever heard anything at night or anything like that since growing up?
You've heard small animals going around the circus. You've never really like, if Stuart's the type to like go out and explore, definitely like, to be honest, I wouldn't put it past Stuart myself. But if he's gone out and explored, he hasn't seen anything. Like he hears it, and then as soon as he gets to the forest line, like, and he stops, he hears more noise in the forest. But I don't know if Stuart's the one to go out there at night by himself.
Probably not. No, not without Bruno at the very least.
Has Quincy texted me back?
No.
Okay.
You've
Yeah,
been like
I can first.
constantly checking your phone. He doesn't have one of those phones that like, it's not like an iPhone where you can see that he's read your message kind of thing. But it's you figure it's probably because he's with someone currently that he's not paying attention to it. And also he barely pays attention to it enough as it is.
That's fair. So I will put forward my working theory right now.
Please do.
So I think that this sentient sludge, or whatever it may be, where it is in the circus is dormant at the moment. And when Stuart brought that little sample to here, it awakened it, and that's why it vanished.
Where exactly is that circus of yours set up, Stuart?
Oh, it's just kind of outside of town in the forest. You know,
Yep.
we got a big old clearing and everything. It's really nice.
In the forest.
Yeah.
Theory holds up so far.
I'm assuming it's right at the edge more than anything.
You know of this like little lip in the forest, James? It's not a big dip. It's almost like what you'd think of like a crescent move kind of thing. Crescent moon. And the circus is just kind of set up in that spot.
It's probably where the local fair sets up when that comes through.
So I think, I don't know, maybe having it wherever the source of this slime is, perhaps bringing it to the bookstore was not a bad idea, but as a result of it, it brought that little bit closer to wherever the source may be.
Should we go find the source? Is that a thing?
That sounds
We could-
ill-advised.
Wait,
The
didn't you?
little girl's
Go ahead,
ahead.
James.
the little girl's family had been camping in the woods. I might go in and ask them where they were camping at.
I'll go in here to go see.
Well, they're at the hospital, so I don't know how
Oh
many
my
strangers.
god, I didn't want to go in the forest. It sounds scary.
I know I haven't gone in yet.
The forest seems scary alone, but with more than 2 people, maybe.
With four more people, I'm confident I can run faster than one of y'all to get out. So we should be
It's gonna
good.
be me.
That's what
I
you
know what I am, and it's not fast.
We don't have to outrun each other if something comes by. If you all are insistent on solving this mystery, then maybe we should do it together.
I'm down. The more the merrier.
Well,
Morgan, we ain't heard from you yet.
This is something that's way beyond my field of expertise.
Well, see, you say that, but I have a feeling with you along, we're gonna get into that hospital a hell of a lot easier. You're a very charming individual.
I know.
confidence. As always, Morgan.
I can wiggle my way into anywhere. Literally and figuratively.
Well, I think then that our
So I've heard.
best bet might be to go check out the hospital. Since if that's where the little girl was, that means that's where the source of the sludge would be. Theoretically, of course.
Are you asking me to flirt my way through a hospital to get information that we might need?
No, I'm asking you to flirt our way into the hospital. As a group.
Sounds very morally questionable, which means I'm very excited to do so.
I'll thank you.
James looks over at Jarnia. He's the devil. Or the devil's kid. I think he's Rosemary's baby. I don't know.
It's okay. I'm familiar with Morgan. We've met a few times.
Oh? You're familiar with Morgan, are you, Janya?
Jarnia blushes.
Hoo-hoo. Sounds like a good
Uh,
time. However,
No.
are you sure?
No.
I don't recall.
You've
The
been
names and the faces become blurred.
Oof.
4 times you've been here. You've asked for one of 2 things.
Porn
And textbooks.
and textbook.
Let me guess. It's mostly been porn.
No. Like a 50-50 split.
Well, I mean, you only need textbooks once. Porn is
Per
forever.
semester. Anyway, Morgan,
You're
do
all
you
fired.
Think...
Sorry, you're all fired except for right now Stuart and James. Like, you're going on Employee of the Month right now.
Sick.
Amazing.
If we tie for Employee of the Month, we'll settle it with a foot race.
We can both be in the picture. Come on, dude. Be
I
nice.
was like, yeah, that's fine. And then I realized.
Jarnia's looking around like, what did I get myself into?
It's a party.
Yeah.
Well, shall
You
we
the
then?
hospital.
Bastards.
Let's head on over to the hospital. Which, of course, the 3 of you locals will know where it is much better than Stuart or I.
I've been by once. I know what room she's in.
I
I'm
get it now.
sorry, what?
I've been by once already. I know what room she's in. I'm local. This family's local. I know these people. Sort of.
That's information
I
we
mean,
didn't have
passing.
until 2 seconds ago.
Oh, it's where I found out that they had been camping. I didn't think to check where.
Alright, well, hopefully
Can
some of us
Explain
can...
that one to me.
Hopefully some of us can sell a decent lie. In a little bit, we might be able to get a little bit more information. That being said, shall we?
Let's go.
They-
Can I get a ride with one of you guys? My bike's not the fastest.
Oh, sure. We'll throw your back in back of my truck.
Sick, thanks, bud.
Thank God.
Okay. So throwing the bike into the back of James's truck, you guys make your way to the hospital. Now, it's not a hospital per se. It's definitely not one of those hospitals where you'd look at it and you'd see like 5 floors with a bunch of rooms. This is definitely a small...
It's like a free clinic.
Yeah. Well, it's like a free clinic, but there's also 2 floors of rooms. I'm looking for a word. Her...
Room.
No, not her room.
Ward?
Family?
Nope. She
More
wasn't...
words.
my words, like, I can't think. What is it?
You gotta give me a description so I can start telling
Yeah,
you
I know.
words.
Her, what's happened to her, basically. Like, she
Condition?
was
Diagnosis.
conditioned. Thank you. Her condition wasn't, thank you. Sorry, I lose my words sometimes. I apologize. Her condition wasn't
It's the
very
cameras.
much... Sorry?
I said it's the cameras. They did the same thing to me.
Her condition wasn't deemed extreme where she would have to be taken out of town. It was basically like they weren't sure what's going on, but they knew she wasn't contagious. At least now, by the end of it, James, you would have heard that. But she's still here. Usually, like, you see a lot of like broken legs, people who have, I don't know, been shot by a nail gun. Small, decent wounds. Don't even question that. It's happened in this town. You haven't lived here, okay?
Jeremy
People
was saying
falling
that.
off ladders, like minor car accidents where they haven't had to be airlifted, that kind of thing, right? When you get to the hospital, I'm gonna guess Jernia also went with James just because James has a truck and Morgan brought Cassie on the motorcycle.
Sure.
Okay. Unless Jernia has a different mode of exportation.
Transportation.
Transportation is the word.
Jeremy has a shitty little car.
You're welcome to drive it.
But I would be riding with James.
Okay, who's in the middle?
Just-
Is this one of those like 3-seat trucks, or do you have like
just
this?
just the
It's
Just
just
the
the
one
front.
bench.
It's the front 3 seats.
Just
Yep.
the bench.
Oh, it's the
Perfect.
best kind of
Yep.
truck, too.
Yeah, who's in the middle?
probably Stuart.
Easily, Stuart.
Yay!
You could probably fit-
Absolutely,
probably-
Stuart.
we could probably
He's got
fit
his
2
arms
Stuarts.
up, and he's just like, I love these people.
This is this is my granddad's old truck, so it's probably stick shift.
Perfect.
It's like,
Okay.
kitch.
I'm watching James just drive this truck expertly. I almost said expertly, and I was like, that's wrong. Sorry. Expertly, and we get to the hospital. Outside the hospital, it's fairly calm and quiet. Getting into the hospital, you guys hear more of the commotion. There are security guards and nurses running around the hallways of this small sort of hospital that this town holds. The nurse at the front desk is the first to greet you. She sees that none of you are really like injured or looks like it, but she kind of calls you over and she's like, "I'm very sorry. How can I help you?"
Oh, we were coming in to check on. Well, what's the little girl's family's name?
Their last names are what was it?
Make sure I didn't already have it written down.
I think we have it. This one wasn't Griffith, right?
No, this wasn't Griffith. Griffith was one of the cops.
Yeah.
Fake
No,
Griffith?
Griffith was one of the one of the harpies.
The Harpies, yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah.
Just making sure that's
I
not
got a Neil Kane written down too, but I don't remember who that was.
Nell Kane. She was the harpy that you listened
Nell,
to.
okay.
Nell, N-E-L-L-E. Sorry. Their last name was not written down, so I'm going to give them a last name really quickly.
tabletop, everybody.
Let's go look.
Oops.
I was gonna say that, and I was like, "Oh, I better not say that. That's gonna be bad." Mab, M-A-B-E. The first one I saw. Sorry.
I was just going to come in and see how the Mabs were doing.
Well, the Mabs. Well, unfortunately, they're not available for right now. The son and the father are sitting over there. If you'd like to talk to them, the wife is unavailable.
So they're down here on the ground floor.
Well, yes. Sorry. The father and the father's kind of like sitting with the son off to the side, sort of consoling the boy a little bit, or like he's consoling the boy, but it seems more like it's consoling himself. The son kind of looks like he's okay in a way, but like you know how kids sometimes take trauma differently. So
Mhm. I look at the nurse. Uh-oh, they look awful upset. Has something happened?
really, I shouldn't be saying, but right now, daughter, she's somewhere.
The child's
But please, if that's all you came in, the father and son are over there.
Oh, yeah, thank you. When she leans over and goes, I should be saying this. I'm totally in her head to find out what she's not supposed to be telling me.
You find out that the daughter has gone missing. That they are currently scouring the hospital. The one thing that it seems like they haven't found her on cameras, which is why they're kind of scouring, because they're not sure if like it was like a weird split second like power outage that like fucked with the cameras or something like that. But they're not sure what happened, but she's gone.
Now, is everybody else just clustered around me while I'm talking to her?
More or less. I'm
Oh.
I'm behind you while you're doing
Stuart's definitely listening.
Once Cassie was said, like, the father and the son are over there, that she kind of headed that way.
Okay.
Nonchalantly, but headed that way.
Guys, I think I saw a cop buddy of mine. I'm gonna go see if he can give me the lowdown. I'll catch right back up with y'all. And then I just walk to get out of view for a little while.
Jernia.
Okay. Anybody who's going to the father and son. Let's do that first. So Cassie, Jernia, Stuart, and Morgan, what are you guys doing?
I'll go see the
father and son?
The father and son, yeah.
Hey, Morgs, you gonna seduce that dad?
I could.
God bless.
Wow.
That's what we brought him here for. Come in. Come on.
No. The others, they're going to look around. Is that what they're doing?
So we've got Stuart, Cassie, and Jernia going to talk to the father and son. James is disappearing from sight for a bit. It looks like he's going to go talk to one of his top buddies. You are free to look around elsewhere if you so desire.
I'll take a little look around and see if I find somebody that maybe looks a little out of place.
Okay, perfect. We'll still go back to the father and son. How are you guys approaching them? The father is sort of like he's sitting beside his beside his son. He's got his arm wrapped around the boy, but you can see his legs are like, you know when people bounce their legs a little bit out of nerves? That's what the father is doing right now. They're not talking, they're kind of just quiet, but what you would think he would be consoling his son, it looks more like he's trying to stay attached to the boy as if, like, he's nervous.
As you will. Cassie.
Cassie's going to sit down. Are these like set up like your conventional like waiting room in a hospital where you've got like rows of chairs and then there's another set of rows that are like back to back and then there's rows against the wall? Where is he, like, up against the wall?
He's up against the wall with his son. There's not very many people around him. There are some people sitting in the waiting area basically just to be seen by like a doctor or a nurse or anything like that, but the space around him is pretty empty.
Right, okay. How close are the chairs to each other?
Bless you.
Bless you
Too
again.
tight.
One more?
Nope, I'm good. That
No?
was 2.
Okay. It would be like 2 steps away. So like 2 like and not good, like not just small like haphazard steps. 2 good like steps away from chair to chair.
Okay. So I'm going to approach the dad.
Okay.
And then sit down next to him.
Beside him?
Or beside him, yeah.
Okay.
And then just very quietly, you know, I heard about the unfortunate circumstance that has befallen you and your kin. I wish to extend my condolences and my sincerest apologies for the trouble and the heartbreak that you are currently going through.
He looks over at you and it's kind of one of those like very like nervous like well, I thank you for that, but unless that's going to bring my daughter back, I don't know what else you can do.
Bring your daughter back? I heard that she was here in this fine hospital.
They think she's still here, but she's not. She disappeared a couple hours ago and we haven't been able to find her. She was I don't know. She's just gone.
Well, that is... Go ahead.
Excuse me. Do you know what you remember the room number? I mean, you had to have been there, so The room number?
We were up on the second floor, room 12.
Okay. Okay. Cassie, keep them situated. I'll be back as well.
All right.
I'm gonna go over to room 12.
Cassie's kind of like, okay,
Cool.
and
Okay.
then
Cool.
well, I mean, I don't mean to, of course, would never assume to tell a police officer how to do his job. But have you guys checked at home? It's possible that she woke up disoriented and not knowing where she is, she tried to go home.
My wife was right there, but there are cops heading there now. Most of the force is here just to look through the rooms and make sure she's not here before we give up the search here. You see him turn to his son, and he kind of quickly says like, "Here," and he gives the boy some change, and he sends the boy off to go and get some snacks, basically.
Keeper.
Yes.
How far away is the hospital from the forest?
The hospital is technically on the other end of the forest.
Gotcha.
So the opposite end of town from the forest. So you'd see forest, there are like buildings, houses, and like homes and stuff, and then you'd get to like streets and like most of where the stores and everything are. The hospital's like right on the end, the
So
outside.
there's the residential side, there's a forest, and then the commercial side.
Yep.
Okay.
Forest residential.
Sorry
Yeah.
about that. Carry on.
No, that's fine.
No.
But yeah, he sends the boy off.
Now, sir, I understand that you're going through a very difficult time, and that this may not be, the last thing, the very first thing that you'd like to talk about, but can you walk me through where exactly you've been over the last couple days? It'll give us an idea of how to assist the police force, the local police force, in finding your daughter safe and sound. We're just concerned citizens. We don't like to, we wouldn't want a member of our community to be gone missing for long periods of time.
Okay. For this, we're gonna roll to manipulate one because he does not recognize you as one of the community right now.
That's okay, because I'm
So
really
it will
not.
be plus. It will be bless charm plus charm.
Excellent.
Wow.
Okay,
I'm gonna roll tonight.
that's okay.
Right now, I will ask Stuart. While Cassie is rolling for this, where are you? What are you? I know you went over to the father and son.
Yeah, he's gonna follow along with that kid.
Okay.
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
he's gonna. Well, he works at a circus. He's decent with kids. Kids see him too, right? He's shorter. Gets along with them.
So, hey, bud. How you holding up?
This kid, he's actually not that much taller than you, but he just keeps like pushing coins through the machine to kind of like pick a chocolate bar. I don't know you.
That's fair. I don't know you. My name's Stuart. Nice to meet you.
He kind of looks over and really gets like a good look at you. He's like, Charlie.
Nice to meet you, Charlie. So, yeah, how you doing? You didn't answer my first question. That's kind of rude.
I don't know. Good.
Yeah,
I haven't here for a couple days, so
that kind of sucks, eh? Being stuck here.
yeah. You're
Yeah.
from the circus, right?
I am. It's quite the job.
I think I saw you.
Did you see me under the bleachers? I was looking for money.
You see him kind of like just sort of softly like laugh a little bit as he starts like picking out numbers for the chocolate bar. Oh, that's what you were doing. Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, A little side business, if you know what I mean.
No, but okay.
So, I don't want to pry too much, but did you see anything weird happen lately?
Sorry, I don't want to pry too much, but okay. Well, okay. I did see something weird.
Oh no, wait, what? Could you share with old Stuart?
What? Well, what? He's a kid, so I'm like trying to not make him be like this, like mastermind that wants something out of this, but he's gonna want something out of this. Can
Okay.
you convince? Can you? I don't know. Maybe like I don't know. Get me like. Tiny, tiny man. Sorry. I mean, I told mom and dad, but they didn't believe me. What makes me? Will you believe me?
Yep. But I tell you, I've seen some weird stuff lately. I'll believe nearly anything you tell me.
I saw her leave.
You saw it? Okay, well, that's some information. Did she look fine? Did she look scared?
Well, everyone was sort of just still, but she just got up, left. I couldn't move though.
So, what do you mean by still? Like everyone else was asleep? This happened at night?
Like no, like everyone was like when you pause a movie.
Okay,
And
so like that's really weird.
you don't believe me. I knew you wouldn't believe
No,
me.
I believe you. I swear, I believe you. I saw a chick's hand go blue. It was really weird.
Her hand went blue.
Her hand went blue. It was all shiny blue. It was really wild. So I believe everyone going on pause.
Could I see that?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me go find her. I'll bring her back. She'll show you blue hands.
Perfect. All right.
You stay
Thanks,
with
Cass.
you. Well, you take your stuff back. Stay with your dad. I'll be back with Miss Blues.
Oh, okay. And he looks a little bit more excited than what he was because it's just a young boy stuck in a hospital because his family is at the hospital, right? Moving back to Cassie for a quick second. You rolled a 10. So, on a 10 plus for manipulate someone for a normal person, which is what you were talking to. On a 10 plus, then they'll do they'll give you the so basically he's going to give you the information that you are looking for. So he explains how every year they plan this camping trip with a bunch of other families from the town. It's a known camping trip. A lot of the people from town, like there are bulletins up for it. Usually it's like the same 5 families, but they're one of these families. They went camping for about a week. On the last night they came back. There wasn't much of an issue. She seemed fine. Sorry. Ooh, she seemed fine. She seemed great. And then when the next night, the morning that they returned, they went to the circus, and she started to basically like cough up and throw up this sort of black ooze. So they were at the campground for a week, then they went to the circus, and then ever since the circus they've been in the hospital.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. You wouldn't happen to have the exact location of the campsite you stayed at, would you?
It's a known campsite. It's the main campsite. It's actually like a set up campgrounds that's specific for camping for these times kind of thing.
Right. I guess I was more curious because I know that there are campgrounds, and then specific campgrounds have specific sites that are rented out. I was
Oh,
curious.
this-
Is it something like that, or is it just a big communal campsite where everybody would go camping?
It's a communal campgrounds. It's the only campgrounds that are in the forest.
Right. Well, that's good to know. And we will make sure that your daughter is found. You can rest assured of that. I know the police, they don't like to give you false hope, but I will do my best.
He nods his head and smiles, especially as his boy comes back up. And sits back beside him with this nice, like, big Mars bar in front of him. And the boy seems to have a better energy about him now, than before, which was good. And his father seems to kind of feed off of that a little bit and then sit back down with them. James, you went off to go hidden for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of hidden are we looking for?
Oh, to get out of sight so I could pretend I had a cop buddy.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk up to the second floor.
Okay.
Just sort of walk past the room. I assume there's still police roaming around.
There's police roaming around the hallways, and then the mother is still in the room talking with a doctor, a nurse, and a separate police guard. You recognize this? I say guard. You recognize this as Logan, the quote unquote self-proclaimed detective.
Okay, that's what D. Logan is on my list for. Okay, that's what the D stood for.
Sorry.
What I would like to do is roll investigate a mystery
Okay.
using a combination of my telepathy and my sight. I'm looking for anything weird in the room. I'm kind of scanning people's minds as I go along.
Okay.
Journey walks by, you scan her mind.
Scanner mind is weird. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so you read people's. Okay.
As far as I know, I still roll investigate a mystery like normal.
Yes.
That's just giving me more avenues to pick up information.
Yep.
So sharp.
Yes. Yes, that'll be plus sharp. Ooh.
I'm never going to get an experience in this game.
Nope. All right. So this can allow you to investigate a mystery and read about a situation without actually needing to talk. Now, since you are using both the telepathy and the sight, if you want to pull questions from either one, I will allow you to do that. It says on a 10, so I'll go with investigate a mystery where it says you can hold. Well, okay. Investigate a mystery says you can hold 2. Read about situation says you can roll 3. So if you want, you can either take a question from both, or take 2 questions from either one. So does.
I'll take 2 questions from investigate a mystery.
Okay.
Let's see. You're going to try to pick up on what happened here.
Okay.
I'd say what sort of creature it is, but I don't know that there's enough information here to really tell me that. I'll go with where did it go? What happened here and where did it go?
Okay. So saying what happened here, you can sense the sort of it's almost like a shift in the air. You're used to this around where you live, around the graveyard. There always feels like it is like a pause in, not a pause, actually yes, sort of like a pause in time. Just because the spirits are sort of, any ghosts you have seen are always sort of trapped in their last sort of dying states in a way. So if like a pause in time, I mean like if somebody had died around you that was like died 50 years ago, they're still sort of trapped 50 years ago. That's the kind of aura that's giving it around. Something was strong enough to, instead of just pause itself, it paused everyone around it. Almost like it was like a little sort of like a sonic blast in a sense that sort of stopped everything. Sorry, where did it go is what you asked?
Yes.
You can see a sort of trail in a way. It is it's almost like ghost footprints. You've seen them once or twice before, but it's never really been a big thing unless something is in a sort of mindset possessed. Where it's not really the person who's walking anymore, it's something that's controlling it. So you can see a steps that of the like a small childlike feet that have gone off the bed, moved around, and then down the hallway and down and out of the hospital.
I will follow that trail.
Okay. That trail does take you down. The hospital has elevators, but there's also the flight of stairs that'll take you down for when those don't work. You can easily follow it down those steps, and then it leads you right to the front door, and it continues right out the front door and continues on.
If I don't follow it right now, do I think I would lose the trail?
You can sense the trail is still fairly strong, and it's only been a couple hours since what has happened.
Okay.
So you'd guess it will fade, but it probably won't fade for at least another couple hours.
Okay. Then I'll go find it where everybody else has gotten to.
Okay.
Would he have
Morgan.
passed me?
Sorry?
So would he have passed me?
At one point, no, he went up sooner than you did.
Okay.
So, if anything,
Well, I
he
mean,
would've-
like him going downstairs or whatever as I'm going up.
yeah.
Okay.
You may have passed very, very briefly, but
Okay.
Morgan, you were also going off to, talk to someone to
I
explore.
was just gonna see if maybe somebody looked a little out of place.
Somebody looked at a place, right? There are cops scouring hallways. There are nurses that are also assisting them where is needed. Besides that, there are enough patients here. Mostly of the older variety. Elderly, sorry, I'll say. They're elderly variety. Really, you'd think the only person that, like, especially cop-wise, that stood out of place from what you've seen of the cops here, there's, like, one cop in a sort of, like, leather jacket, but he is talking to the mother upstairs as you go by, because really, you know there's no detectives in this town, but he's the only one that seems really out of place.
Cool.
Sorry. Unfortunately, there's no one that seems out of place, like, mysterious and or creature-wise. Jarnia,
Hi.
you were going upstairs to look at the room.
Yes.
The room has the mother,
Mhm.
a doctor, a nurse, and the detective in the leather jacket.
Okay. Just kind of like looking around, not talking to anybody.
Okay.
Do they seem like? Do they seem they're engrossed within each other, that they wouldn't
Yes.
notice my presence?
They're trying to calm the mother down, who is a little frantic right now.
Gotcha. Is the door open?
No.
Okay.
No, the door would be closed. You can hear, like, mumbled voices, but other than that,
Kind of hoping this would be open and no one was here.
Can I call my dad?
like on the phone.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, you're allowed to call your dad. You little pep talk. That's cool. Call you dad. I will
Will
do
Daddy
that.
pick up?
Will my dad pick up, please, Dad? Sorry.
It's getting too real.
I'll finish with Jernia really quick, and then I will do the
Yeah.
phone call. Jernia, sorry. What would you? The door is shut. Unfortunately, the mother is still in the room with a doctor, nurse, and the detective.
Journey kind of looks up into the room, sees that there's people in there, and just like, great. And she's gonna look around and still try to. Ooh, excuse me. Fuck it. She's like, fuck it.
You gonna knock on the door?
That's what I'm doing.
Okay. The detective is the first one to turn. Everyone goes quiet, but the detective is the first one to really look at the door. The guy you see in front of you, he is middle-aged. For the most part, you can tell he doesn't really have any gray hairs yet, but you can see he's probably you can see in his face that he is getting tired. Definitely.
Me too.
The doctor and the nurse is they continue to talk to the mother, while the detective is the first one to answer the door. Can I help you?
I don't suppose you would know what's going on here, would you? I was told there was someone here who needed my attention.
Well, there's a lot that's going on right here. Attention, how?
How do I explain this? I was told that someone of my particular talents would be useful in this kind of situation that's going on.
Talents. Are you a doctor or are you a nurse?
Uh,
Who are you?
my name is Jernia. You might have seen me in the Tea and Leaf. But I do a lot of reading and a lot of like research, and I was going to bring my findings here, but I mean,
You have
seems to be
findings
a
on the case.
yeah, a little bit of independence.
Well, if you have findings on the case, you should take them to the police station, not the hospital.
I think, well, they'd be more useful here than in the police station. They're just gonna send another one of you here.
What sort of findings have you found?
I've learned about the weird stuff on the girl's mouth.
You know what it is.
Not yet, but I know what it isn't.
You see the detective kind of he's watching you before he leans over and he's like, "Hey." He kind of waves, and the doctor is the one that comes over as well. They're still standing in the door, not really letting you into the room, just because you're not wearing nurse's uniform, you're not wearing doctor's uniform, you're not wearing a police uniform.
Wearing rumpled clothing, it's okay.
Wearing rumpled clothing. She's got findings on what the slime or the goop isn't. So now it's the doctor that's kind of looking at you like, you know something we don't?
Probably.
And that would be...
It seems to be organic in nature, but not organic, but not like in the way you're thinking. It's not a natural thing, but it is still somehow organic in nature.
It's not natural, but it's still organic.
Like something got into her and then tried to make itself out.
Yeah, okay. And the doctor just kind of like turns on his heel and goes back to the mother because the way you're talking, for him, it's not that sort of like the talk that he would normally, especially with what's going on.
Mhm.
The doctor has the mentality of not like, if there's going to be any more extra hysteria, it definitely does not need to be because weird information is being added to the pot.
Oh yeah, Journey is not very charming. It's fine.
The detective kind of looks at you and is like, so, you work at the tea and leaf.
Yeah,
Quincy's your boss, then.
that's an interesting tone. But yes,
Quincy's a weird bastard.
I mean, he's my boss. He pays me well. Eccentric, but I mean, who isn't?
You can say that again. Listen, Jernia. Now, if you have more information, bring it to the police station. Unfortunately, we don't need any extra yelling around here. And like you can hear the mother sort of yelling like about like where's my daughter, what's going on. You can hear her kind of like half crying between everything. Jernia. Just we've got enough to worry about around here. Just, bring it to the police station. Listen, my name. He kind of like pats his jacket before he like pulls out a card and hands it to you. My name is Logan. I'm the detective of the area. Let's call on me. Maybe we'll have like coffee or something. You can give me the information that you have. Okay?
Okay.
Thanks for trying. We've got enough
Well-
going on right now.
Do that, I guess. Whatever.
Sort of like shuts the door and then goes back to the mother.
Before I give up, before I'm done, I just text Quincy again, like some more whatever has come up so far.
Okay?
Kids, not here anymore. Question mark? Question mark? Question mark? Help? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
Okay, perfect. Morgan, you want to call your dad?
Daddy.
Daddy. You pull out your phone. It's not like any sort of special number. It's like a regular sort of number. It's definitely not 666 666.
Wait, we have an area code.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry. 666 66. No, I'm kidding. It's just 000.
All sixes.
It's all sixes. No, it is like a regular number. With a weird area code that would the area code is the weird one because that's not really any area code on the he kind of answers. I apologize. He kind of answers the phone and he's like, "What's Morgan?"
Hi, Dad. How have you been?
Busy and good. Morgan, why are you calling?
Do you have any knowledge about other like mythical creatures and stuff like that?
Well, there are lots of mythical creatures. What sort of creature?
We ran into this thing. Well, I haven't seen it though. They could be bullshitting me. I don't know. This black viscous goop bullshit thing. I don't know. It came out of a girl's mouth. It ran away from home. I don't know what the fuck's going on. It like some of it's alive, some of it's not. I don't know. Like
it's not really ringing any bells, but it sounds like something old. Nothing that I'm part of, though.
Oh well. Figured if anyone would know, at least you might have some knowledge. Hey, you don't text me back. Do you want to like? like maybe next time you're in town, we could get some lunch or something. Like maybe visiting mom. Like I don't know. Like sometime.
I will. Yeah, I'll get her to tell you when I'm coming into town next. Okay.
Okay. Do you know when that might be?
A month, maybe.
A month?
Maybe a couple weeks. I'm very busy, Morgan. You know I'm busy.
I know you're busy. I know.
But no, I will make it as soon as I can.
Do you actually promise this time? Because the last 2 times it didn't.
Yes, I promise.
Okay. Alright, I love you, Dad.
Love you too, Morgan.
Well, if it's not too much of a burden.
No. Sorry. Love you too, Morgan.
Thanks, Dad.
Goodbye.
I'll call you later.
Yep,
I'll
okay, goodbye.
call you later.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Wow. I wasn't even around for that conversation. That fucking hurt.
The whole hospital's cringing, like, oh fuck.
But they only ever heard Morgan's side of the conversation, which makes
It was
it
enough.
worse.
It was enough.
Someone just pats Morgan on the shoulder, like, me too, buddy. Walks off.
Okay. You've had your conversation with Dad.
That didn't help as much as I thought it was. Now I'm sad. Okay.
Now Morgan's sad and horny.
I have to go get some
down
kitty
as
mail now.
sad and horny.
Where's the lie?
All right. You all have different information.
I would have gone back down after getting the door shut on me and gone back to Cassie.
Okay. Cassie left the father.
Yeah. Like as soon
Okay.
as I gave him my I will do my best, I've probably already left to go wait outside for everybody else. So I'm out there leaning on Morgan's bicycle or his motorbike. It's been a long day. Okay. Leaning against his bike. Waiting for everybody else to come back out.
I'll
Stuart?
probably head out soon then. Oh,
Morgan too, as well. Sorry.
I'll probably head out. Yeah.
Okay.
Stuart's looking for Jernia because, like, he's got to show that blue.
Yep. Okay.
Jernia eventually makes her way down.
Okay, so yeah.
Hey, Chad, you gotta show this kid your blue.
What?
Yeah, I promised the kid you'd show. You do your hand thing.
Now in front of
He's got-
everyone?
Yeah, I mean, if you're shy, we can get like a broom closet or something.
This is getting weirder.
Trust me, it's worth it.
Best hype man in the world.
Bring the kid over, if you can.
Okay,
I don't want to show a lot of people. People don't.
you're shy. I get it. You're self-conscious about it. I'll get the kid.
Yeah.
He was just like instantly running off to the kid.
Okay, when it's time, you get to see a cool thing.
This Charlie looks excited. He sort of just like smacks his dad's like arm off of his shoulders, and he's like, "Dad, I'll be right back." And right with Stuart.
They're both running back, just excited.
All right,
Charlie's just
here's
out of
with that blue.
You see this young kid. You recognize him as the boy that was sitting with the dad earlier that Cassie was talking to. I apologize. Whew. You recognize him as the son of the family with the daughter that's just gone missing.
Hi. My name is Jernia Marrero.
Charlie.
Nice to meet you, Charlie.
Charlie,
Stewart,
you ready
like-
for this?
Francis Stewart, like, what did you get me into?
You got an interesting ability that I thought maybe my young friend here would like to see. So, get with it, please.
The kid's like, what, 7?
Probably. So is that 7, 8?
7, 8? Okay, so then Jernia would read that as, like, you know, the kid... Between the kid having, like, been with the father and noticing the whole consoling thing,
Mhm.
Jernia's gonna be like, I guess. And then takes both of her hands and goes, "Ah, c'est vrai." Like that. It's like tries to make a not like an overt
A little
but
show
like
about it.
a little show about it.
Oh, Charlie's face like lights up a little bit. He's like, "Oh,
Do
you
not-
weren't kidding. It really is blue."
Right? It's blue. It's not explosions, but it's blue.
That. How you doing that?
I read a lot of books.
And that's all it takes, so stay in school, Charlie.
So if I can learn that if I read a lot of books.
A ton of books. I can't. I don't read at all, and I can't do that. So
I'm sorry. I just see Jason laughing in the corner. Okay.
No, what we need at the end of every episode is one of those, like, you know, public messages they used to put at the end of cartoons. But all from Stewart's point of view about whatever the moral is of the story.
stay away from drugs, or you'll die.
Stay in school, kids.
And then you can do magic.
Read a lot of books. You can do magic.
If you read the right books, but reading in general has been nothing short of eye-opening for me. That's why I work in a bookstore.
You see Charlie's like, okay, gotta read a lot of books. I'm gonna tell Dad to go get me a book. Okay, thank you. And he sees like little hands go up, and he like waves them in front of his face like you did to show the magic, and then he like runs off back to his dad.
I wanted to make like little wisps appear while he does that.
Okay.
Good job, Jen. You made that kid's day.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, I learned stuff too, but that's besides the point. Yeah, good person.
Thanks. Maybe we should find the others.
Yeah, let's go. I'm done with this hospital. Let's get out of here.
Me too.
Moment's over. Let's go.
We'll both walk out.
James, you have seen, like, kind of looking around for everyone. You don't seem to see very many of your group anymore in the hospital. You do see, as you're like coming down, like the last, or like coming down the hallway, you do see Jernia and Stuart leave. So your
Okay.
next best bet is to leave
I'll
the.
follow them out then.
Everyone meets back up outside. Cassie is leaning against Morgan's bike. Morgan, I don't know how you look after talking with Dad.
Probably not happy, but like still holding myself high. Did anybody hear the phone call with my father?
Probably.
I mean, probably some like nurses and maybe a policeman or two, but if you were staying away from the group, you were staying away. I'll at least give you that sense of privacy because you're not getting that next time. No, I'm kidding.
You
J-
you all right there,
See?
Morgan?
Nice.
You're looking a little frazzled.
Never better.
You say so.
Did anyone learn anything?
Yeah, I
Yeah, the
learned
kid-
the thing.
The kid went this way.
What?
I can see a trail.
You
Uh,
wanna?
I have
Huh?
a suspicion the child is at the campsite.
I guess we follow it.
Is it heading in the general direction of the campsite?
It's heading in the direction of the forest. Right now.
Let's see.
Can't
She has a
tell
couple
until you
hour
get,
head
like-
start on us.
You're also in the truck.
Well, that's what I'm deciding whether it'd be better to follow on foot or see if I could follow in the truck.
You can still see it while you're in the truck. They're a little harder to see at first, but they've got like this distinctive sort of look, so you know what you're looking for.
Okay. Oh yeah, my cop buddy told me when the kid disappeared, she doesn't appear on the camera's living room.
That's weird.
I learned that Charlie saw the kid leave.
Oh,
That's information.
Yeah, everyone. Well, I mean, I was saving it for the group. Sorry.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, so I don't have to repeat myself. But so yeah, he said everyone was just like super still, like he said, like if you pause the movie, that's how everyone was, except for her. I should clarify.
What the fuck have we gotten ourselves into?
Well, that would be called the supernatural. Janya?
I know it.
James walks over and sticks his head back in the hospital. I look at the kid with the sight. Is there anything weird about him?
No,
Okay,
he just looks like a regular kid.
maybe it's just a being a kid thing.
Childlike wonder.
Kids are weird, right?
That's the real takeaway from today.
That's the moral of the story right there. Kids are weird.
Kids are weird. You're allowed to have them. Just keep them away from me. No, continue with the story.
Preaching to the choir here.
Uh,
All right.
We get in the truck? Are we running? Please don't make me run.
It'd probably be, if we want to catch up with it, we probably need to take the truck.
Okay, good.
What time of day is it?
It is going on evening now. The sun is starting to set.
So guys, should we maybe get like some flashlights if we're gonna be following this kid somewhere?
My hand glows again.
Oh God, yeah, that's right.
I've got a flashlight in the truck.
Anyone
I
else?
should be fine.
Nothing?
Demons can see in the dark. That's not true.
All right, Morts. That's kind of a weird thing to say, but
That's not true, but
It's kind of weird to share with everybody, just out of nowhere.
If we wouldn't mind, I'd like to head back to my vehicle and suit up, as it were.
Suit up.
Well,
You mean you're just not prepared every time?
well, I don't. Johnny, do I look like I walk around with a loaded firearm?
I have.
The answer
No,
to
I
that
don't.
is no.
I don't know you
I've got
that
one
well
in my
yet.
truck.
James, is it a handgun?
Yeah, it's 9mm.
Is it loaded with rock salt?
No, if I shoot something, I want it shot.
that's fair.
That's an oddly specific type of ammunition.
Well, it's good if you're not wanting to really hurt somebody. You know, somebody's rolling your yard or something, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's also real good on the supernatural, but that's besides the point.
She's watched too much Supernatural at this point. We should just let her go away with it.
Anyway, I'd just like to go get my gear. That's all. And then we can head on out into the woods at night with Lord knows what sort of spirits and go rescue the girl.
We all seem to be paranormally adjacent, so maybe we'll find comfort in the supernatural.
Paranormally adjacent.
I don't think Stewarty is.
I like that.
Yeah, I got nothing.
I don't think he's that kind of dwarf.
Oh no!
You ever hear that?
Probably.
So every kind of dwarf.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
That's our word, by the way.
Little person.
James, you can't just state why people are dwarves. It's rude.
That's ableist, really.
Nah, it's cool, James. You're a cool dude. You gave me a ride here in a cool truck. It's good.
All right. Well,
I ain't gonna be any longer than maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and that's literally how long it's just gonna take for Morgan to get me back to my vehicle.
Okay. Should we all just go that way then, and then go as a group?
Well, it's on the way, ain't it?
No.
No.
Is
It's
that- I thought
it's the opposite direction.
The
We
hotel's
have to
the
go back-
opposite direction
We
from
have
the
to go
forest.
through the forest and get
Well,
to
it's
residential.
there is forest that is around the hotel,
Hmm.
but it's not the forest and it's not the steps that James is following.
Okay.
So you would have to go back a little bit because you went into town for the tea and leaf and then back towards one edge for the hospital, and then you'd have to go back and then you'd have to go.
All right.
It's not a very far distance. It's
No,
just the
but
forest.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
Where
Okay.
the forest that is around the hotel, there is a way to get into the forest, but it's not the main entrance to get to the campground. There's like this big setup of like tents and a small parking lot where you can get into the forest that would lead to where the campgrounds are
Okay.
kind of at.
Not a problem. I
Um,
still want to go get my stuff, but
Morgan taking you back to get geared up. It doesn't take you long, and if anything, when James, Stuart, and Jernia are there, it takes maybe 5 minutes to get from the hotel to that spot.
okay.
So they're maybe waiting a max of 10 minutes while you grab your gear, get set up, and get ready to go. It's not very long.
Okay.
Especially now, since it's moving into more of the nighttime, the roads are fairly empty. Morgan, you are used to this time of night. You are able to like figure out like the perfect timing and and since the hospital is so busy with a lot of the guards, you're like, oh, I can speed. That's fine. If Morgan is the type for that. Okay, I figured. But it's not long before Morgan and Cassie arrive back at the parking lot where the forest is. Going into, sorry.
And this would be the route you would take to get to the campsite, or
Yes. This would be the path that would take you to campsite. James, you see the footprints. They're starting to fade at this point just because it has been more time, but you can still see them. You can see them going into the forest, and it looks like they're going towards the campground.
okay.
Do you still see them? Whatever you see.
Yeah, they're starting to fade a little. The trail is starting to fade a little bit.
Well, then I think we should get a move on.
At this point, we've like parked our stuff somewhere, right? And started doing it.
There's like this big parking lot that's right in towards the campground. This is it fits like 10 cars basically. And then you're able to follow like a dirt path into the forest.
Okay.
Stuart, do you want to bring your bike in case we have to leave in a hurry?
I mean, you guys can carry me. Nah, I'm kidding. I'll bring my bike. Yeah.
Right, get it out of the truck for me.
Okay. There's a dirt path that you can easily walk it down or ride it down if you so desire.
All right. Onward and upward then. Lead the way, James.
All right, following the path.
All right.
How like thick are these woods?
The beginning trees, they're fairly sparse and spaced out. It's a lot of birch trees and birch, pine, and oak. They're kind of separated off. There's a couple trees here and there that kind of like are beside each other, but they're pretty much like spaced off to what it is. Birch is the most out of place. There's only like a couple of them here and there. But they're pretty spaced out until you start getting thicker into the woods. Around the time you guys hit the campground, James, you can see the footprints right as they would enter the campground. They steer right and off into another direction. But you guys can see the campground. The campground is empty now. It is reaching the sort of end time of the summer where families would stop taking their kids out and stuff like that. Stop it. You can see the lake. The sun that is still out, that is still starting to set, is shining up and across the water. That kind of leads in to the campground. James, looking off to the right, you can see the trees get quite thicker, but it has gone off right and well in between the trees.
Are you still taking us the right way?
Yeah, she veered off the path here.
That's specific. Game plan, just in case. Journey is gonna pull out the thing, the focus.
Yeah, James put his gun and a knife on his belt before we came in. So
You all see a sword handle in Journey's hand.
Mhm.
That's it. Has a jewel on the bottom.
I mean, I can go up ahead and look if you guys want me to. I'm small. I could, skulk about.
I think if we move together as a group, it would be
Strength in numbers.
Yeah,
it'll be
safety
better for
numbers.
everybody.
Well,
But if you would allow me, and I'm gonna drop, the magic illusion, and they'll see the wings and the tail and everything like that. I can take to the skies.
that's a devil!
No.
yes, it is.
Am not.
Jackson Green's your devil!
I am not. I'm an incubus. Right.
It's really not the same thing.
I do the thing where you're stretching your arms out, but stretching my wings out, really loosen them up a little bit.
Mhm.
Just I'm a devil, and I will and just be off.
And fly up.
I'll go up and kind of stay in the treetops.
Okay.
Glide from tree to tree, basically.
The forest, as you fly up, it is tighter here. So you will find yourself more jumping between trees than actually flying and gliding.
Right.
It's not like the beginning of the forest. It's quite tighter and it's quite dense here.
Yeah.
Like a big evil flying squirrel.
You guys are all continuing to follow James. Otherwise, I will say, Morgan, you can see them from the ground. You can also hear them. They're if one of them snaps on a tree, twig, or anything like that.
Right.
Continuing through the forest, it gets denser and denser before a large clearing finally comes into view. James, you are the first person. Actually, James and Morgan, you are the first two people to see this. Morgan, you don't recognize this building very much. It's large. It's fenced off. James, you recognize this as the wood mill.
So we've kind of come on the back side of the wood mill, or
A backside along the side of it.
Well, if she got in there must be a gap in the fence somewhere. So I keep following the trail.
It leads you basically around the front of the wood mill, and you can see where the gate is on the fence itself. You can see that the lock has been it's been unlocked a long time ago, especially all the police activity that's been here. Someone must have forgotten to unlock it or forgotten to relock it. Sorry. And as the footprints enter into the wood mill, you see them disappear. You see the footprints behind you, but you don't see the footprints into the wood mill anymore. Sort of just like the trail cuts off.
Describe that to the guys. All right, the trail just stops very suddenly right here. And this is the spot where one of the harpies, or this is the wood mill being the spot where the harpy was killed. I hope it's not eating supernaturally adjacent people, and we just walked into a trap.
And the trail leads in there.
No, the trail just stops suddenly once we're... Are we at a door of a building or just on the ground somewhere?
It's the, basically, the wood mill, it has, its side entrances for people to normally get in, but it's got, this one large entrance where, trucks would have drove in.
Mm.
That large entrance is open, and the trail stops right as she would have stepped into the wood mill.
with my sight on, because that's how I'm seeing the tracks. Is there anything weird about the woodmill?
You can catch like soft glowing symbol. Sorry, where are you looking exactly?
Just all over the building right now, from whatever side we're
Outside
standing
of the
on.
building?
Yeah.
No, you don't see anything outside.
And we're standing in front of a door.
In front of a large like truck entrance. Yes,
Is it open?
that's open.
Well, then
That's where the steps.
Cassie's gonna climb up and go in.
Okay. Do you have a light source?
I have a flashlight, which is part of what I'd have grabbed from the car.
Perfect. Going into the wood mill, it is dark, it is dusty. You can see the paths prints from a sort of event that has taken place here. You can also see what could be suggested as blood splatter. Almost like a fight had taken place. Other than that, it's a lot of old machinery and a lot of dust and like wood dust and wood
Sawdust.
chips. Sawdust, thank you, that's the word.
Cassie's gonna look for any, like, we haven't seen the tracks that we've been following, it's just been James.
Mm-hmm.
But now that we're in somewhere where she could actually identify tracks, she's looking for child-sized tracks in the
Okay.
dust.
Any of the tracks that you with all the footprints that are here, you can see what you could guess would have been children's footprints, but they look old.
Okay. Do they lead anywhere in particular?
Around, from what you can tell, there's a lot of other footprints here and a lot of other unsettled dirt and dust and sawdust.
Sawdust.
Dust.
Yep. Sorry, sawdust just isn't real for me right now, I guess.
Would it be better for you to call it man glitter?
No,
No.
I'll forget that too.
I'm gonna remember that. That's good.
You can
Love
Okay,
sawdust.
Cody will remember it, and you know what?
You can
That's half
thank-
the battle right there.
you can thank JT for that one because that was his.
It's
Our
good.
local,
That's
our
his
local
musk.
dude.
Our
local
local carpenter.
Yep.
So nothing seems to stand out.
There are a couple large machineries, some blood splatters. Nothing to your eyes really stands out. You can see a couple doors here and there. One that you would probably guess would go to break rooms.
Okay. Hey, James. You and
Yes?
your magical sight want to get up in here then?
Well, I'm not sure if it's magical, but sure. Climb on up.
Okay.
Well,
Stuart's gonna
it's-
follow along.
Certainly something more than I can do.
Journey
So-
of
will
it might be
climb up as
magical.
well.
I've always kind of assumed it's psychic, but maybe that's the same thing. I don't know.
Journey follows along too.
And since nothing's jumped out and eaten her, James will walk on in.
That's fair.
Everyone is going in the building. Morgan, you're still in the tree lines. Have you gone and joined the...
Yeah, I'd probably join him at this point.
Are you staying in your full appearance?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Let it air out a little bit.
James, you are looking around, right?
Correct.
You can see invisible things. Perfect. You can see a couple symbols that line up on some of the walls. One directly in front of you, two on the other side of walls, and one on the back.
Do any of you see these symbols?
Keeper, do I see the symbols?
Nope, not a thing.
No. No.
Okay, reach down into the man glitter and draw as the best I can what the symbols are.
Okay, perfect. I have the markings. It's a lot of like long lines and simple shapes. You can recognize them as if anyone has character, especially Johnny. I know has read. You can kind of recognize them as runes. in a way. Morgan, you can even recognize at this point, just because of there are runes to be said to kept something in. They are protection like runes, but they are protection to keep something in.
Interesting. These are sigils of some sort. Runes.
James immediately gets up and walks out of the building.
Where are you going, James? You're the only
Just
one who can
checking
see this
something.
stuff.
Can I walk out of the building?
Yes.
Okay, I turn around back in. Just making sure we could leave if we had to.
Yes, you can enter and you can exit.
James, you
Okay.
looking kind of confused walking back and forth like that.
Yeah, it's not even like some sort of pacing. It's just a walk and a walk.
Hey, you said it's some kind of runes, some kind of magic. I'm still working with the idea that we may have been lured into a trap.
Yes,
Most
but
likely.
rather than locking us out, it's locking something in.
Yeah, but if we walked in, it might have been locking us in. I just checking. I don't have a whole lot of experience with this.
Yeah.
Just trust us who are a little more magically inclined then. Journey's hand glows and it's just a light source.
Yep. It illuminates the building. You can see the machinery, the paths of steps, the blood splatter that would have been there. Nothing has been left. You can see like leftover pieces of police tape.
Mhm.
But other than that, you can see a couple of doors that you would probably like one that leads to that's open that leads to a flight of stairs that you can only guess would maybe go to a manager's office.
Mhm.
And then one that seems to be between two sets of machinery that would maybe lead to a break room, maybe.
We have an upstairs and we have this room right here. Where do we want to start?
You guys want to try this closer one? That way, I mean, if we gotta run, we're closer to the exit.
I like how Stuart's thinking.
Okay. Walk towards the break room, I guess.
Okay. You open the door with no issue. It's between two large pieces of machinery. As you enter this room is dusty. There's like an old microwave, large table, a couple lockers that line up the room. James, you're entering this room? Yes?
Yes.
I have to ask, sorry. Your eyes show you another symbol on a far wall that has a couple of like coat hooks at the top of it, but there is nothing on those coat hooks now. No lab coats, no anything. But there is another symbol on a wall.
I draw that symbol out. So, crap. What was your character's name again, Jeremy?
Jarnia.
Jarnia. So she can see it.
Jarnia, you don't recognize the symbol though, but Morgan, you recognize the symbol as a entrance. It's almost like an enter or a blocked off pathway.
It says, "Welcome, come on in."
I don't think it says walk in.
Why not? I know what it says and y'all don't.
It's not that it isn't what you say it is. It probably doesn't say welcome, come on in. It's probably a little more, I don't know, foreboding.
My dad has this on his office. Come on.
That makes it all the more reason to be more foreboding, but I will follow your lead.
All right. I will try to get in.
As you walk up to this wall, these bricks, you put your hand on the wall. You can already feel the loose sort of bricks on it, and it's very easy to push through. As you push through this wall, the bricks fall and they tumble into what sounds like an echo of a hallway. A large puff of smoke comes from the hallway and it kind of hits you, almost just like it's dust and the airflow kind of finally being released. You all get hit with it as it comes out, causing you to cough and your eyes to blur.
Oh,
I
Warn
told
someone-
you.
warn someone first. There's no come on into that. Ugh.
Yo, Morgs, you really blew one there.
It smells like. Excuse me?
Gotcha.
Smells like home.
Smells like, oh, that's awkward.
I kind of flap my wings hard a couple times to kind of disperse it.
Disperse smoke. It disperses quite easily. It's dust that just settles to the ground. You don't hear anything. It is dead quiet in this hallway. There is no. It's almost like stepping in, you can kind of feel like that world, that moment has just stopped. But you're still able to move. You're still able to go. There's no issues. But it's just a long hallway that almost seems to have no end.
Is it do we see any small footprints on the ground?
No. Nope. There are no signs of footprints. There are no signs of something else left over. It is pure black and quiet.
Well, Devil Eyes, what do you see with your special eyes?
I see nothing. I've established I can't see in the dark. I was bullshitting.
Oh, okay. Well, you're the devil, so I kind of just assumed.
I am not the
Can
devil.
we please-
James, devil?
Can we please keep this down as we're moving?
Okay.
Let's be honest, if something wanted to find us, it already would have.
Don't want to give it more opportunities to do so.
Fair enough. James. What
Yes.
are you seeing?
Do I see anything down the hallway?
You can see a faint glowing at the end of the hallway, but that's about it.
I see a faint glow, and it's probably another seagull way down yonder. Can I turn on my flashlight?
I mean, Cassie's got a flashlight going. She would have been
Yeah.
standing next to you, so.
Oh yeah, as you guys work and flash your flashlights, you can see a sort of tunnel that James, it just fits you. If you were any taller, you'd be hitting your head on the ceiling, but it goes for quite a distance. And even thinking about the size and the shape of this building, you'd probably expect that this tunnel was a lot longer than the building itself was.
Point that out to everybody.
Well, I mean, it was protected by magic sigils, so, it being longer than the actual building doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
James will start inching in there to try to get closer to see what that seagull is.
Silas. As you are walking down the hallway, it takes a good 5 minutes before you reach the end, especially if you are being careful and watching around. It may even take you a little bit longer. As you get to this door, you realize that it's not a sigil at all. It's the door itself at the end of this hallway that seems to be encased by something. It's not that everybody at this point, now that you are closer, can kind of recognize it, or I guess see it in a way. James just has eyes to see it at further distances, but everyone can kind of see this sort of faint sort of glow about this door. The door almost seems to pulsate with the magic that surrounds it. It is holding... Maybe it's to keep locked. Maybe it's to open easy. Maybe it's for certain people to pass through and for certain people to not.
I don't like this at all.
But for now, we'll have to wait and find out next week. That is where we will end for the night. At the door, at the light, at the end of this small tunnel. Of course, I'd like to thank everybody that was able to make it tonight for our fun Monster of the Week thing. I know we're just starting. We're only a couple episodes in, but hey, we'll be back next week. You know that. Of course, I've got to thank our sponsors, D&D Beyond. That is ndbeyond.com. Even though we don't use it tonight, we do use it on Mondays and Thursdays, of course, for our Pure Dice Roll game and our new game, actually, Descent into Avernus, that we will for episode 2 at tomorrow. Of course, we also thank Lucky Dice Cafe. Of course, if you're looking for live games in the Huntsville, Alabama area, please check out Lucky Dice Cafe. You can find our head DM Cap there. If you've missed any episodes, feel free to check out our YouTube. And of course, if you're looking for more information on any of the games or any of the characters that are played throughout the week in general, you can check out our Patreon. Of course, I'd like to thank my players actually tonight. Of course, we've got Molly, who is playing Morgan. We've got Cody, who is playing Stuart. We've got Jason, who is playing James. We've got Maddie, who is playing Cassie, and also our streamer for the night. And we've got Decca, who is playing Jernia. Of course, we're not done for the week just yet. We've got one more game this week, and it is tomorrow night with Descent into Avernus, episode 2, where you will see some of our fabulous faces. Then we will be done for the weekend, but of course, come back to us on Monday. We will be coming back to you live, hopefully, for another episode of The Escorts, where you will still recognize some of our faces. And of course, Tuesday night, we come back with Esper Genesis. We are getting close to the end for that still. You guys have what?
Yep, we're down in the single digits.
Down in the single digits.
I think it's 5. I think we're at like 5 or so.
5-ish. 5-ish. Well, you guys don't want to miss out on that. And then, of course, back around on Wednesday, you'll see us here live for Monster of the Week. Unfortunately, if some of you have seen that we were missing a person tonight, we were missing Jordy, who plays Vinny. Unfortunately, he has to take a break from some of our games right now. We wish him the best and hope that he can join us again soon. The spot is always open for him, so whenever he does decide to come back, Vinny will come back for his weird cat.
Weird cat.
Of course, we thank everybody who was able to join us tonight, and hopefully we will either see you tomorrow or again next week. But for now, Dire Bear's going out. Goodbye.